You're watching Chili Boy Productions. I'm Larry Chili Boy Chilson, and this is my review for Space Jam: A New Legacy. Now, before we get into the review, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so you can always chill with me with each and every new video. Space Jam: A New Legacy follows LeBron James when he and his son get trapped in digital space by a rogue AI. To save his son, LeBron James teams up with our classic Looney Tunes to take down the Goon Squad in a historic game of basketball. I love the 90s original Space Jam. What can I say? I am a legit 90s baby. Born in the early 90s, grew up in the 90s. I just have a great time with it. It has its problems, but it's a whole lot of fun. And yeah, nostalgia's real. And I love the Looney Tunes. Who doesn't love the Looney Tunes? Bugs Bunny Gang for life. However, this new idea of a new Space Jam with LeBron James, it didn't really intrigue me. Then I saw those trailers, and yeah, I was ready for an airball here. Oh, I'm shocked and happy to say I had a good time with Space Jam: A New Legacy. It's certainly not perfect, but it's actually a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and talk about those positives first. Well, my biggest positive is the Looney Tunes themselves. They are the highlight of this film. And honestly, the entire second act, the middle stretch of this movie, is a complete blast as we get to explore inside of this Warner Brothers cyberspace. It is so much fun seeing the Looney Tunes act like their usual selves amongst all of these other WB properties is a great concept, and it works beautifully. Whenever the film is in that 2D animation style, it's a blast from top to bottom. I laughed quite a bit. The hijinks were really fun, and it was just a plain fun time. And you know who else was having fun in this movie? Don Cheadle. And he is great. Oh my gosh, what a fun and unique performance from Don Cheadle. He is hamming it up, and I was eating it up. Plus, I loved his little sidekick. He was adorable. Speaking on that AI world, while they do border on overkill, it was a lot of fun. The references are used in creative and inventive ways. And it's hard not to get swept up in the magic of all the properties Warner Brothers has to offer. There were some surprise laughs in this film that I'm not going to talk about, but one that comes in the third act, I audibly laughed. I thought it was so funny. So then, what doesn't exactly work so well when it comes to Space Jam: A New Legacy? Well, the first act, particularly, I was not feeling it, like, at all. The entire first act, before we go into the cyberspace, is basically just LeBron James flexing. That's all that first act is. And I didn't really care for it. I didn't want to be flexed on personally. We know, we get it. You're rich. We know, we get it. You won championships. Like, do we have to go over all of this in the first act of this film? And honestly, most everything with people in it, not my favorite. That first act is bad. I didn't enjoy it at all. And then the third act, when we actually, get to the game at hand, is okay. But again, the people, they really bring it down. The Looney Tunes in that 3D animation, didn't look great. Some of the costumes on the references that are just everywhere in that third act, also not great. Plus, in that bad first act, the references felt more just like advertisements. They weren't tied in creative ways. They were just there. We're on the WB lot. We're talking about WB properties. having posters of WB in the background. It was just too much, and it wasn't tied in any sort of creative fashion. When we're speaking of the people in this bad first act and okay final act, they just aren't very good. Outside of Don Cheadle, really none of our people performances are good. LeBron James, particularly, is actually quite bad in this movie. He makes Michael Jordan look like a legitimate actor in the first Space Jam. His line delivery is just so stilted and poor. And there's a couple moments they ask him to drudge up some sort of emotion. Ugh, no. But really, kid actors and none of the other actors around were all that good either. So, ugh. And that's where the film starts to feel long, because it is too long at 2 hours. But it's because we added in so much of the people stuff and the people storylines at the bookends of the film that this one definitely felt so much more focused on LeBron James, and the Looney Tunes were definitely the supporting cast here. And when we just let them shine and let them take the forefront, it flourished and it was fun and it was exactly what you wanted from the film. But when they take a back seat, then it starts to drag. But overall, I had fun with Space Jam: A New Legacy. I laughed and giggled quite a bit. I was entertained, particularly through that entire 2D animated middle section of the film. And my theater loved it. They were just going bananas at the end of the screening, laughing throughout the entire film. Honestly, I think it's a great film for the entire family. So, if you're a Looney Tunes fan, if you like the first Space Jam, or you're just looking for something to do with the whole family this weekend, I think A New Legacy is definitely worth a matinee ticket price. I don't think it's full ticket worthy, but it's a fun time at the movie theater, and I think you'll get more enjoyment out of your viewing experience with an audience. Otherwise, it is 100% worth a viewing if you already have HBO Max. No question. So that is my review of Space Jam: A New Legacy. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Space Jam: A New Legacy? And what did you think of the 90s OG? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.